Iceland in general from my perspective. I'm making this video just to inform everybody who wants to know basically what kind of life and how is it to work in this beautiful and extreme country. I'm working as a salt maker. I'm producing sea salt from the sea using geothermal energy in a place called Reykjanes. It's a place that is located in the Westfjords, in the west part of the country. It is in the municipality called Sudavik. It is one of the remote places in Iceland. It is one of the harshest environments for living and working. So basically I'm just gonna tell you how in general life is here, and maybe if you consider coming here as a tourist to work. Basically I will tell you some interesting stories and facts about Iceland, and of course why you should visit the country, and what to do and what not to do. Since it's winter time and it's beginning of December, so as you can see the roads are covered with snow and ice. So this is the first, believe it or not, this is the first real snow, first serious snow that I have seen this year. The first snowfall, because actually before this was really nice and calm weather. So basically the weather in Iceland, the average winter temperatures do not exceed -5 degrees, which is really strange. Some would think that this is a really cold country. It is cold, but it's not because of the temperatures, it's because of the winds that blow here. The wind is constant, almost constant. It's let's say from a month you have 25 days of 25 windy days. We had a storm 3 days that lasted 3 days. It just only ended last night. The winds were in this part of the country was 25 to 30 meters per second, with the gusts of 35-40 meters. So it's a pretty serious condition. If you consider that there's a snowfall, which makes blizzards and snowstorms, and then it makes our life here pretty interesting and adventurous. Today is only -4 degrees, and the 10 meters per second wind. This is like considered a nice day in Iceland. Also, as you can see, the time is 11:35. So basically the sun has come out like an hour ago. So basically the whole winter time is basically like this, some kind of a dusky feeling. It is like this all the way until March, and then in March the weather starts to clear up, and then the days become longer. The good thing about winter time, as you can see, the roads are empty. It is like this in the winter time. I've been driving for I think half an hour now. I met no cars on the road except mine. The important thing is to say for the winter time, especially for the tourists that come here or planning to come, is to be very careful and plan their trip always. I say always according to the weather, because you cannot plan your vacation here as you want it to. The weather plans it for you. So you have a really good weather system in Iceland, weather monitoring systems in Iceland, meteorological stations that work really good. They have really good information about road conditions and weather conditions. You have two websites. One is roads.is, which is used, of course, the name says, monitoring the road conditions on critical points. You can see the wind speed, of course, the temperature, the state of the road. You even have cameras, so you can see the condition of the road. Also, you have a digital map, which is updated hourly, and you can see on the map what is the condition of the road. For example, this road is marked today. When I started, I looked at the road.is, and I saw that this road was marked as difficult driving conditions. So basically, it is open, it is functioning, but it warns you that it's a difficult driving condition. You have really a large spectrum of warnings, like slippery, wet snow, blizzards, snowstorms. You have many different type of warnings. Also, you can see on the map where the plowing machine is located. Actually, in the distance, I can see the plowing machine, which is cleaning the road in front of me. It's about a kilometer from me, a kilometer and a half. You can see the location of it, and basically you can wait until it clears a certain part of the road so you can use it. It's important to say that if you choose to visit Iceland in the wintertime, you really have to prepare yourself. First of all, you have to have some experience driving in the winter conditions. So if you're not really didn't really have any experience in winter driving, you should really reconsider driving yourself. Then it's best to have a guided tour, because driving here, while it's really beautiful, at the same time it's really dangerous, and just a moment of not paying attention can cost you your life. So basically, it's really important to say, if you're planning to make a trip in Iceland in the wintertime, you have to have winter driving experience. Let's say from 1 to 10, 1 being like driving in a clear, beautiful condition, and 10 being driving in Alaska and Canada in the wintertime. This would be number 6 or 7 on the scale in the months of December and January. So if you decide to drive in the wintertime, it's important to say the next things, and not forget these. You would probably get a rental here, so it's an obvious choice. You want to have a 4x4 with minimum 20 centimeters of ground clearance. There are also vans with 4x4s, so And then Iceland allows the use of spiked tires, so you should look for those vehicles with spiked tires for icy and snow conditions. Then, of course, you should plan your trip according to the weather. As I said, there's the other website that is called vedur.is. It is a website that monitors the meteorological condition in all the country. Also, you have information numbers that you can call. One is 1777, which you can call and ask for road condition status. There's even an option on the website. There's a link that where you plan your trip. So basically, you register your plan of driving, where you want to go, and you mark the time when you start, from where you start, how many people or whatever. So the authorities know in every moment where you are, and if by if something happens bad, then somebody will know where you are, and they will react accordingly. So the road, that's an important thing to say. Then, of course, the hazard of driving in the winter time is the beauty of the country is hazardous. So while you're driving, you don't want to do sightseeing, a lot of sightseeing. Just basically watch what is in front of you while driving, or stop beside the road if you want to have a view, and there are plenty of stops along the way. So don't, for the driver, this is for the driver, so don't do sightseeing while you're driving in Iceland, because it is really a dangerous thing to do in this kind of road conditions. So that's an important thing to say. The other thing is plan your gas, since, for example, you have some spots, some routes that don't have any gas station for 100 kilometers or even more. So plan your gas accordingly. Research the route that you're taking and plan your gas refills. This is now, here you can see the plowing machine. They are really doing a great job. We'll get to that. As you can see now, we have the roads have a lot of one-way bridges. As I'm crossing now, you can see this. The rule here is basically the closest vehicle to the bridge has the advantage of going over it. So don't race other cars to it. Just stop before, even if the car is maybe further away from you, not to risk having a collision on the bridge. So that's an important thing to say. Regarding the winter service is really good. It starts in this region from 7 o'clock and works until 7 o'clock, clears the road when it's not snowing. So they're really, even when it's snowing, they're doing cleaning, but you don't want to go anywhere while the winter is, while the weather is like that. So the road service is really good. The quality of the road, as you can see, is really high quality. Of course, there are parts in Iceland that you can only reach by gravel Iceland in most places are better is better than tarmac in some countries. So basically, you won't have any problem unless you want to do, and this is not an option in the winter time, if you want to do mountain roads, or the F-roads as they classify it. You have a large number of F-roads in Iceland, which is really a paradise for 4x4 enthusiasts, which of course requires a whole different level of driving experience and car modifications to do this. You cannot do this in a regular 4x4 with some of the tracks. Some of the tracks you can do actually in a regular 4x4. Of course, you can see those routes on the map, and you can call the information that I said 1777 and say, for example, I'm interested in driving on road F66, and then the operator would say, okay, what kind of a drive are you? What kind of a car are you driving? And you say, for example, I drive a Toyota RAV4, and I said that, and then they say, okay, you need around 20 centimeters of ground clearance. You have to be 4x4. Your car is suitable for this kind of a terrain. You have 2 river crossings, unbridged river crossings that you have to cross. If, of course, the water level is too high when you approach it, sometimes it's high due to the rainfall, sometimes it's low. So it's basically when you're out there, it's up to you to decide whether to cross it or not. But as I said, this is an option for the summertime. Also, there's a lot of extreme routes to take, which go through the mountain passes, to some of the most beautiful glaciers and volcanoes. Those require some serious 4x4 vehicles, and some serious driving experience also. So that's an interesting thing to say. A lot of 4x4 enthusiasts are here during the summertime. A lot of them are doing those mountain roads, but in the wintertime, basically it's just enough an adventure to take a road. Some would say now, while watching this video, that this is really like, what is this guy talking about? This is ridiculous. The road is clear. Yes, it is. But if I tell you that this road was closed only 8 hours ago because of some spots were impassable, so and if I tell you that the weather here changes dramatically and it changes really fast, I have been experiencing this route that I'm taking now. It's about 130 kilometers. I'm actually going shopping. The nearest shop to my working place is 130 kilometers, so I'm basically going for shopping 130 kilometers, and I've experienced weather changes starting from Denmark, and it ends up in east of Iceland. There are a lot of tourists that come this way. They want to bring their own vehicles, their own campers. They do that. The ferry trip takes 2 nights and 2 days. For a vehicle and for a 4x4 and 2 persons, you would have to pay €1,500 for that trip, and then you have the option of having your own vehicle or your own camper with you, if that is your thing. Actually, maybe in some regards, not maybe, I'm pretty sure of that. If you plan to stay more than 2 weeks, it's actually cheaper to come with your vehicle and use your own vehicle, because it's the prices of renting a camper or a 4x4 is really high here. Not only that, the price of the food, the price of services are ridiculously high. So, for example, having a car mechanic do work on your car for an hour, it would cost you about €50, which is maybe $60-70. So it is really, really expensive. So you would want to have, if it's an option, your vehicle. If not, if you're coming from the States, it doesn't make sense, and it's basically not something that you can do. So basically, that's the info for the tourists. I would maybe have some other videos regarding this